An estimated half of all prisoners have brain injuries. Brain injuries are associated with aggression, substance abuse, and criminal behavior. Furthermore, a case involved Michael, a 40-year-old man who made sexual advances on his stepdaughter, and was found guilty for child molestation. However, during his time in jail, a doctor discovered a tumor in his brain in an area associated with logical thinking. When the tumor was removed, his pedophilic urges ceased. A diseased or damaged brain can control, or at least greatly influence a person's choices. Then why do we think a normal brain does not control our choices? That we make the decisions, not the brain. This is part of the free will debate, whether we are the real authors of our lives with full control over our choices and emotions. But neuroscience is saying no. We are not the authors of our lives. In his book Free Will, the neuroscientist, Sam Harris, explains, your brain has already determined what you will do. You then become conscious of this decision, and believe that you are in the process of making it. In an experiment, participants were instructed to press a button. Neuroscientists measured brain activity on average 300 milliseconds, before the person felt that they consciously decided to press the button. Your brain knows about your decision before you even know about it. Also, neuroscientists can control an individual's emotions. Brain stimulation of specific regions caused participants to laugh. For example, one of the participants, when asked why she laughed, each time she gave a new reason, "You guys are making me laugh," or "Something was making me laugh," but she was actually unable to describe exactly what was funny. She didn't know the reason she felt the emotion, so she created one at first. Our brain determines the decisions we make and the emotions we feel, not us. We then feel like we are in control of our choices and emotions and justify them. We can see this in individuals with damaged brains. Individuals with brain lesions in areas connected to the precuneus of the brain can develop alien limb syndrome. This is a condition where an individual's hand can move on their own. This can cause grabbing of random objects, hitting oneself, or even the extreme case of choking oneself. Here, the brain regions associated with feeling like we cause our own movements are damaged. Our choices and emotions are based on our personality, which is controlled by our brain. We did not decide the forces that form our brain, our upbringing and culture, our brain's development in the womb, what our ancestors faced, evolution, and so on. Free will is largely incompatible with Newtonian determinism. According to Newtonian determinism, an idea in physics, everything is determined. If we knew the position of every single thing in the universe, and the laws and forces acting upon them, we can predict the future. It's like a wave. The strength and direction of the wave and the distance it can travel is merely the sum of all the external forces acting upon it, the temperature, the wind, the humidity, other waves. You take away the forces acting upon a wave and then the wave falls apart. You take away the forces acting upon a person and there is no person. We are just a mathematical aftermath of the Big Bang. This is the basic overview of the evidence of why free will does not exist. But are these claims actually valid? The button experiment mentioned above that launched the whole free will debate, that brain activities occur before making a choice, is actually rejected by most specialists in the philosophy of free will. For this experiment, some neuroscientists said it did not show that the brain knew your decision before you, but instead it was brain activity associated with before making a decision. Some experts also say that damaged brains do not say anything about free will, because a healthy brain may be necessary to facilitate free will. Also, we might not be able to define our past, but what if the past merely confines us, not determines us? Is free will an illusion? Perhaps yes. Perhaps not. However, neuroscientist Dan Dennett called the free will debate irresponsible. Humans need a sense that we have full control over our lives. If no one has free will or full control over their lives, there would be no responsibility, no guilt for one's wrongdoings, or pride in one's achievements. It would corrode human relationships, because everyone is actually forced to love or care for someone else only because of their brain. Actually, studies have proven that not believing in free will increases cheating, aggressive, and selfish behaviors, and also less overall happiness and success in life. The main thing to keep in mind is that we have the feeling of choice, albeit an illusion or not, so we can take advantage of that feeling. And knowing that free will perhaps doesn't exist changes nothing in our lives. We continue to be ourselves. Our question should shift from, do I have free will, to, is it actually important that I know whether or not free will exists? Or do I find it more important to live, be happy, be kind, and fulfill my purpose while I still have time?